Hello, welcome. In today's video, we're going to talk about the emulator you all love the most around here, Citron. As you've probably seen in the title and thumbnail, the Android versions are finally being compiled again after the attacks. I briefly tested Nier Automata yesterday afternoon and noticed improved performance, although the game is still unplayable on my device due to low performance. Additionally, I bring you some exciting news. A version compatible with the Steam Deck is now available and is finally seeing the light of day. To provide some context, after the collapse of all servers, Citron for Android was being restructured. While versions for Linux and Windows already existed, the Linux version was not compatible with the Steam Deck until now. A version called 0.1 was released, but it had issues and had to be pulled from the site for fixes. The team worked intensively to resolve these and other problems, and as of this morning, version 0.2 is now available. This update has brought various improvements, including full compatibility with Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. While it's a remake, it brings significant enhancements and is absolutely worth replaying. To get this game running, go to the settings, access the debug tab, and enable the auto stub option. However, keep in mind that this setting is not saved and will be disabled each time you close the emulator. So remember to enable it every time you want to play Donkey Kong. Speaking of the general improvements in version 0.2, it introduced numerous technical optimizations. Since there weren't any specific fixes for individual games, I'll leave the complete changelog in the description for you to check out. Regardless of these improvements, Citron is more alive than ever. Additionally, Zephyron mentioned that he's wrapping up his holiday season, which means the pace of development should return to normal soon, as it was before December. Shifting our focus from the Windows version, the Linux version, although already capable of running on most Penguin-based systems, was not yet compatible with one of the leading gaming devices today, the portable Steam Deck. This version was carefully developed by Alex and Linux system experts, with the support of Zephyron and other community members who pooled their efforts and expertise to make this version a reality. And now, it's available. I'll leave the download link in the description. This is the latest version available on Discord, but I recommend checking Citron's GitHub regularly for potential updates for the Steam Deck. Since I don't own a Steam Deck, I won't be able to test this version myself. Finally, let's talk about the Android version, which hasn't made an appearance here in quite some time. This version was also affected by the attacks on Citron in the past, but the team worked hard to rework it. Now, it's available again. Zephyron has asked the community to test some games, particularly those developed on the Unreal Engine. It seems that the fixes implemented in the previous Windows version, which made several games on this engine playable, are starting to be adapted for Android. I tested Nier Automata and noticed significantly better performance, although when you take control of 2B in her human form, the game became extremely slow on my device. If you have a more powerful device, I recommend testing this game because the experience is truly groundbreaking. This new version also brought some regressions in certain games, such as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Overall, many games now need to be tested. If you encounter errors, don't forget to report them on Citron's new Discord, which can be accessed through the official website. I just received information that Zephyron is aware of these issues and that version 0.3 is about to be released, aiming to fix all the problems found in version 0.2. Keep in mind that this version has a problem with the temperature gauge, which appears as 0 on some devices. This issue is one of the development team's priorities to fix. Additionally, there are a few specific games Zephyron has asked to be tested on Android, and I'll be conducting those tests with you firsthand. But before that, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all the latest news. Among the games Zephyron suggested for testing, I identified some issues. The Outer Worlds suffers from a bug already reported by many users on Citron. After the virtual keyboard appears, the game simply closes on both Android and Windows. I'll be reporting this issue on Discord. Vampire faces a similar problem. When attempting to start the first conversation with a character, the game freezes. This error also occurs on both Android and Windows. Monster Hunter Rise is playable on Windows, with minor graphical bugs in the town. However, on Android, I couldn't even reach the main menu. Nier Automata, as mentioned earlier, can be played but has low performance on my device, likely requiring more powerful hardware. No Man's Sky, while it runs on Windows with minor graphical issues, doesn't progress beyond the main menu on Android. Now, moving on to games that showed some progress. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1-2 Remastered, which previously didn't run on any version of Citron, is now fully playable. I played for a good while, and the game maintains 60 FPS most of the time, without visual or performance issues. Layers of Fear Legacy, a photorealistic horror game, is also running very well, even on Android, with smooth gameplay. However, it uses dynamic FPS and has small lighting errors during loading. After that, the game works perfectly, at least as far as I progressed. Resident Evil 4 still has performance issues, with the game unable to utilize the full potential of the device. This results in low FPS and very high input delay, making it difficult to complete the game on Citron. Although only a few games have been tested, it doesn't make sense to test a large number right now, knowing that a new version will be released soon, potentially invalidating all the results in this video. I hope you enjoyed the updates. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.